convinced that Disney wants the Snow White remake to flop. Let me explain why. Now, we obviously have to talk about casting, and let's all be adults here, okay? There are princesses who aren't necessarily defined by their appearances. For example, Belle doesn't really have to be brunette. Cinderella doesn't necessarily have to have blonde hair. Same with Sleeping Beauty. But Snow White, on the other hand, her appearance is what quite literally determines her name. She's got hair as black as ebony, skin as white as snow, and lips as red as blood. This is from the original story. It's in the original Disney movie. So yeah, obviously we're going to expect the casting to follow that. Now clearly, Rachel Zegler does not have skin as white as snow. Neither do, honestly, most white girls, right? Snow White is just supposed to be pasty. For me personally, after we had Emma Watson auto-tuned to death in Beauty and the Beast, I was just happy to have a Snow White that could sing because Rachel Zegler is beyond talented. And honestly, she does kind of give me Snow White vibes. Like, look at her in this photo. Yeah, she's giving me Snow White. She looks like a princess. She sings like a princess. She does have a princess quality about her. Now, with that being said, I feel like the hair, makeup, and costume team, they must hate her because there's no way they made this girl, this one, right here, look like this. They took this beautiful woman and they turned her into Lord Farquaad. Like, you have to try to make her look this underwhelming. Yes, Snow White has a black bob, but you can do a black bob in a cute way. I found this picture online. I think it's just an AI version of Rachel Zegler as Snow White, but look at how good it looks. Like, why couldn't her hair look more like this, have some more princessy waves to it? I think they were trying to be a little too literal with matching the cartoon hair when we could have had something with a little more curls and flowiness to it like this. Why does Vanessa Hudgens look more like Snow White than our Snow White? And also, where's the red bow? They've got the evil queen looking this good, and then they've got their Snow White looking very blah compared to how we know how beautiful she can look. And let's talk about the dress, because remember when this photo came out and they were like, guys, be patient, you don't know what we're working on, just trust the process. This looks like the same dress, just minus the Ugg boots, right? Now yes, it's pretty true to the original cartoon dress, but I wouldn't mind if they strayed a little bit just to give it a little more pizzazz, like they did with Cinderella. Like, you can't give us this magnificent, fantastical, magical dress and expect us to be okay with this. You did it to yourself, Disney. Look at these two dresses side by side. Cinderella's looks like it came right out of a dream, whereas Snow White's looks like she got it from Spirit Halloween. So yeah, these are just a few reasons that I'm convinced that Disney does not want this movie to be a success.